How is everybody tonight?
Good.
We've
Hey,
got a
Tammy.
we have a special speaker tonight. So I think we're waiting on her to get on. But
I
how's
love using
everybody's month
project.
starting off?
Sorry, Tammy, I interrupted you. What did you say?
I said, how's everybody's month starting?
Good, I'm active first day of the month.
Whoop whoop. That's awesome.
I had a customer spend $200 in fragrance flowers.
Nice.
Wow.
Hey guys.
DPP's in the house.
Hey guys. What are my children doing?
Hello, DPP. Hello,
Hey guys.
DPP.
Hey guys.
Hey, DPP.
Hey love my brother. Well, you all killed last month. You guys killed March. You didn't kill it, you killed March. So we
Because
got
you're our
we have
leader.
oh, you guys make it so easy because you guys are amazing. You guys gonna love Vanessa. She's gonna be our guest tonight. Let me see if she's on yet. I need to see if I need to send her a reminder. Okay, I don't see her yet. Let me send her a quick reminder right quick. So this is something that Dennis is already doing. He's already using Project Broadcast. So that's what she's going to be talking about. Let me find her.
It's very easy to use.
I told you to stay the fuck down my heart, did I not?
Okay, I just sent Vanessa a message to see.
Your shit in my room.
Whoa, wait a minute.
We need a mute.
Okay, somebody's unmuted and saying some smart words. Looks like Michelle needs to mute, Pamela needs to mute, Rebecca needs to mute. So down below, guys, we're gonna have a special guest on. So I don't have any way of muting everybody, so we just need you guys muting as you come in. Pamela is the only person who's not muted.
Thank you.
I'm so happy that you guys are here for our weekly night connection call. Okay, let me see if I get speakers on. I just sent her a message. Not yet. Let me check and see right quick. Unless she's listed another way. Let me go back and see if she saw the message.
To our ongoing coverage of severe weather continues
Okay,
to be
she
across
saw it.
parts of the country from Ohio all the way down.
Hey guys, make sure you mute your phones so we won't get the background noise.
Our block this year and had one of their experts do my taxes for me.
Okay, Pamela, can you mute your phone, sweetheart? Let's see if Vanessa is on. Vanessa, are you here yet? Okay, there she is. She just joined. Okay. So guys, okay, it's 8 o'clock. welcome to our weekly connection call. And looks like I got somebody with some background noise. Okay, so make sure you guys are muting your phones because I don't have a way of muting you. We have a very special guest on tonight, and what she's going to do is talk to us about Project Broadcast. I love it for what I do with it, but there are so many things that we need to know about Project Broadcast. And Vanessa, are you here? If so, we'll just let you have it, girl.
Wonderful. Well, hello everybody.
Hey,
I am
girl.
so excited. Please don't mind my gym clothes. Just left the gym a little bit, had dinner, and here we are. So, yeah, I've been using Project Broadcast for probably like 3 years now. And when I first started with it, it was very much like basic, like nothing complex. So I want to start off like, who here has tried Project Broadcast? Like you use it currently, or maybe you've tried it before. You guys could pop it in the comments too. You don't have to put your cameras on. I'm totally fine with whatever. All right, let me just pull this chat up so I can see. Okay, so Lisa hasn't tried it yet. 2 to 3 years. Yes, I love to hear that. Perfect. And I'd love to hear, what do you guys already do? Like, what do you already use it for? What do you already do with it? Because there really are endless possibilities with what you could do with Project Broadcast. Now, normally I would screen share with this kind of stuff with you guys, but I don't have a way to show my Project Broadcast without displaying to you my phone numbers and contact names. So just to keep everyone, protected and not share all their information, I'm not going to be screen sharing with you guys, but I'll go over tons of stuff that I do through that. Okay, so I'm seeing mass messaging customers with new product drops, monthly follow-up. I love that. Remind people about events. Oh, that's amazing. Sales, perfect. Okay, so Project Broadcast, guys, can be so many different things. And essentially, I want you guys to think of it as a way to connect with your customers in a one-on-one setting, but it's going to take you the effort of sending one message to one person, but you're sending it out to 50 to 100 to 200 to 300 plus people. So it is an incredible tool for your business that does not take a lot of time, does not take a lot of thinking. And if you can maintain it, it does take a little bit of pruning throughout the month, the year, whatever, but it can be super beneficial. So what you want to do is, if you have, I use this for my customers, and I also use this with my team. So I'm going to go over team stuff first, simply so that's a little bit quicker for me. So what I do is I contact my team members through Project Broadcast, usually only once or twice a month. I'll send out a message to them asking what their goals are, just kind of like what they have going on. And then I might send out another message if we have something important going on. So I'll send them a message like, hey, just so you know, like, happy April. Here is the consultant looking ahead sheet. You can look at this through your workstation just to see everything that's going on. If we have a huge, Scentsy launch, I might post about that in there. And then I also do specific things with my team. So we do a monthly connect call just on Zoom, and then we do a monthly block party. And both of those things are things that I don't want my customers to miss out on. And as we all know, Facebook's not reliable. It's just not. There's been so many times that Facebook has just like shut down for the day, or, it's just people aren't seeing your posts. They're not interacting with you because the algorithm is jacked, or they're not getting on Facebook as much because, let's be honest, guys, if I didn't sell Scentsy, I wouldn't be on Facebook. I can't stand it. It drives me bananas, and I know I'm not alone. I've got Courtney over there that's like, yes, girl, yes, I see you. I agree. Because it's true. Facebook drives all of us bananas. And if Facebook was gone tomorrow, would you still have the business that you have? Would you still be able to contact your customers? Would you still be able to connect with your team? Because if that's the case and you couldn't, then we need to look at your business again. And Project Broadcast is going to be one of those things that can help you significantly with this. So like I said, for my team, I just use it maybe once or twice a month as one way to connect. I don't know how many of you are directors and above, but if you are, and even if you're not, if you're planning to be a director and above, I highly recommend that you start acting like you're already a director. Treat your business and your team members like you're already a director, and you will, I promise you will get there. But as a director, you are required, especially with your frontline and your leaders, you are required to connect with them once a month. Now, this can be many different things. This can be a team group, this can be an email, or this could be a text message through Project Broadcast. But in order to cover your bases and to support your team, you have to connect with them at least once a month. Your other responsibility is to facilitate a space for your team to kind of connect with each other. So something like this is exactly that. Now, we can use Project Broadcast for these kind of things. What you're going to do is you send out a mass text message to your team. So for example, I might send one out to my team that says, hey, I just wanted to wish you a happy April. And I'd love to know, what are your plans for this month? Is there anything going on in your personal life that you'd love to share with me? Is there any Scentsy goals that you're working towards, or anything I can help you with? Now, this just kind of opens the door to a lot of different things. And with my team, I find that when I send that text message out, it just kind of opens the door for conversation. So they might not have reached out to me to talk about things that are going on in their life. They might not talk to me about struggles they're having in their business, or things that are going really well in their business. And I wouldn't know about that unless I was contacting them, because chances are they're not going to reach out to me to talk about that. You know, if Debbie didn't reach out to you to say, hey, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. You probably wouldn't have gone out of your way to say, hey, Debbie, I just wanted to tell you about this really awesome thing going on in my life right now. Or, hey, Debbie, you know what? I really need some prayers because I'm going through a hard time, yada, yada, yada. So it really just opens that door and creates an opportunity for you to connect with your team on a level that creates a relationship, nurtures that relationship, and maintains a relationship. And let's be honest, guys, that's the whole big reason why we are all here, why we are with Scentsy, why we're on this call today, is because we crave connection, right? We want to grow, we crave that connection, and that's something that you can do. So I've sent out texts like that in the past, and in response, I have received things like, my father just passed away, I'm in the hospital right now, I'm thinking about quitting Scentsy, I feel very lost in my journey, or I've been really killing it and I'm so proud of myself, and and then I ask, you know, like, what's working really well for you? Or what can I do to help you? Or what can I do to send a little bit of love your way? And that, I'm telling you guys, is where the magic is with your team. Absolutely what will help them want to stay long-term. Now, let's jump to the customer side of this. So with your customers, this is a way to communicate with them. You can do one of two things. You can treat your Project Broadcast as just a secondary number for you. And you don't even have to use things like tags or keywords, and you don't have to make it sound spammy at all. You can use this simply as a way to schedule text messages in forward. So I want to start off by saying, this is not an intro to Project Broadcast kind of training. I'm not going to show you how to use the app, because Project Broadcast has dozens and dozens and dozens of trainings in their app, on YouTube, all over Google, and all over Facebook. There is a Project Broadcast Scentsy Facebook group. If you're not in it, join it now. Look into it later. Highly recommend. So this is not going to be basics. I'm just really kind of showing you guys what I do and how I use it in my business. So you have the option of using it as a super personal way, things like follow-up, or you can use it and tell them, hey, this is my business line. I'm going to send you 2 to 3 texts per month regarding Scentsy stuff. And I try to do Scentsy stuff, and I also like to sprinkle in just some other things that are authentic to me. So for those of you that don't know, I am a huge believer in positivity and kindness and joy, just things that kind of lift you up. I'm also really big on validating feelings. So there's going to be times that I talk to my customers and I just send them a text message letting them know how grateful I am for them. Or just to say, hey, you know what? We have the sale going on, and like always, I'm just so appreciative of all of the support that you show my business. And I'll tell you guys, those kind of messages, when you add that on to a sales text, or you simply send out a message that shows your gratitude, then it is going to just absolutely blow everything out of the water. I'll tell you that the connection that I've built with my customers helped me bring in 4,000 PRV in a matter of 3 days when I was trying to earn that last of this incentive trip, guys. So 4,000 PRV in a matter of 3 days, simply because my customers feel appreciated. They have a relationship with me, and you can strengthen those relationships through things like Project Broadcast. It's a way for you guys to talk about products that are releasing. Now, I highly, highly, highly recommend you're only sending maximum 3 texts a month. If you go beyond that, you start to get a little spammy. Think about other things that text you. So for example, Oral-B, I get my toothbrush heads sent to me. If they were to send me too many text messages in a month, I'd say stop, which I did. Or how many other companies text you with products that launch? If they're texting me once a week, twice a week, multiple times a week, I am hitting that unsubscribe button, and your customers aren't any different. So you need to make sure that you are adding value to them, to their lives. You may have to make sure that you are not causing too much communication, because that is a thing. You don't want to spam them too much, and you want to make sure that they know that it's you and it sounds like you. So let me see if I can find. Goodness gracious. I get tons of text messages from different services, like all of the freaking time. Okay, so Michael's, for example, Michael's texts me. They texted me Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, yesterday, and today. Holy cow, that's a lot, right? And they say things like, Michael's final hours, shop our store-wide event for our lowest prices of the season and get 30% off regular prices with coupon. Here's a link. Michael's, this is no joke, Dollar Days is on. Michael's, your voucher expires soon. Redeem today in store or online. That is not personal in any way. You do not want to sound like this. So instead, let me read you some things that I've sent to my customers just to give you an idea of ways to be just a little more intentional, more personal, and to connect with them. So, all right, here's a good one. So, the Harry Potter collection was launching, and I said, hey, I have a few things for you. Number one, happy St. Patrick's Day. I shared all about our day in the Joy of Fragrance group. So that's my VIP group, and I share in that group a lot about my personal life outside of Scentsy. Number two, our Harry Potter collection launches tomorrow, and we're expecting a sellout on the warmer because there was a high demand. I didn't know for sure, but I'd rather prepare my customers than that. Here are the scents in the collection: Cauldron Cakes, Exploding Bonbons, Fizzing Whiz-Bees, Sherbet Lemon. Text me back if you'd like to add onto my order Harry Potter products or anything else. Number three, I am sending you well wishes for a wonderful week. Leave anything that doesn't serve you in this week. This is your reminder to let it go and leave it in the past. Embrace a new day and week with an open mind and heart filled with gratitude. You are more incredible than you realize, and I am so very thankful for you. You can tell that that is nothing like that Michael's text message, right? This is something that is coming from my heart. This is how I talk in real life. This is how I talk in my lives. This is how I talk in my text messages. This is how I talk in my posts. So just find little ways so that your people don't question whether or not this is Vanessa. They're not questioning whether or not this is Debbie or this is Courtney or this is whoever. They know that it's coming from you, and it's not just some automated thing that you don't really care about. Now, don't get me wrong. There are times that I use keywords because they can be super helpful. So another thing that I said, another text I sent out last month was, new catalog say what? Our spring summer catalog released on the 1st, and it is jam-packed with new products and fragrances. You can view the catalog virtually right here, and I included a link. Then I put a shopping cart icon and my shopping link, and I followed up with, want samples of the new scents? Simply text back sample. Now, that's a keyword, okay? And that keyword is going to, when they text back sample, it's going to put a tag on their names. I'll be able to then go in to the tag section. Again, this is not a beginner's how to use Project Broadcasting. I'm just going to show you how I use this. But then I can go into my tags, pull up the one that says sample, and it's going to show me everyone who responded back with the word sample. So I know who to send samples to. Now, That is one of those text messages that does sound more salesy, and it is okay to use those, but you don't want to just use those because it loses that sense of personal touch. So I just like to kind of use it this way. The other really cool thing about Project Broadcast is it is technically a one-on-one communication. So that means that you can offer personal specials or share a You Me Who link with your personal stock through Project Broadcast. And yes, I have done both of those things multiple times. So if you are working hard to hit a goal or you need to clear out some clearance, upload your project, all your stuff into Project Broadcast or into You Me Who, and then you can share that text message through Project Broadcast so your customers see it. It's completely within compliance and you don't have to worry about that, which is super nice. You could use Project Broadcast to individually message customers. So if you put a tag for Scentsy Club and you add all of your customers that have a Scentsy Club in there, then you can go ahead and send everyone, hey, thanks for being a clubber. I just wanted to let you know these scents are going away at the end of the month to make sure you add them to your Scentsy Club. You can do stuff like that with it. Another thing I like to do with my Scentsy Club and the other perk of Project Broadcast is scheduling your text messages, right? So at the beginning of the month, I'll go into my workstation. And if you go to the orders tab, there's actually a tab within that that's called Scentsy Club, and it's going to show you every Scentsy Club that is going to process this month. And it'll tell you what day it's going to process. So I'll go into Project Broadcast, again, the beginning of the month, so like yesterday, today, tomorrow, and I will schedule all of my texts. So I'll say, for example, Joni, her Scentsy Club is processing on the 6th of this month. So I'm going to schedule a text message to go out on the 5th to say, hey, Joni, I just wanted to let you know that your Scentsy Club is set to process tomorrow. If you need to make any changes, additions, or skip this month, you can do that before or by the end of the day and let me know if you need any help. Super simple, nothing crazy, but it's incredible customer service, guys, because sometimes people don't realize those subscriptions are going through. And just to have that heads up of, hey, you can add stuff from the new catalog before this processes, or hey, if you need to make any changes to this, you can do so by the end of the day. It just kind of takes that customer service to the next level. So, and again, like Debbie said, she's very basic with Project Broadcast. You can go very in depth with this and use it a ton in your business, or you can go super simple and super basic. There are so many different ways, but I promise you that no matter which way you use it, it can be extremely beneficial and save you a lot of time. Because let's be honest, even if you do Scentsy full-time, you're busy. You are. Every single one of us is busy. So Debbie, you do a ton of shows. I'm sure you use Project Broadcast for that. I know I do. So when I'm at a Scentsy show, what I do is anytime I have someone that makes a purchase or they talk to me, maybe they don't have a consultant anymore, or they're interested in making purchase, what I do is I tell them about my Project Broadcast and I call it my text subscription. And I say, hey, you know what, can I get your name, your full name and your phone number, and I can add you to my text subscription. You'll get 3 text messages a month from me just about things happening in Scentsy. Usually people say yes. I'd say probably 90% of the time people say yes. Now, I don't do the giveaway forms because people are very nowadays unlikely to fill out those forms. They don't want to take the time to write their name, to write their number, and they might think you're scamming them. It's just the truth, the world we live in. So instead, I do the work. I ask for their name and I write it down. I ask for their phone number and I write it down. Then what I do is after I have everyone's contact information, I write things like what they might be interested in, things they'd like to be notified about, what they purchased. And then the next day after our show, I shoot everyone a text message and say something like, hey, Joanne, this is Vanessa, the Scentsy girl from the show yesterday. Please save my name, my contact in your phone. You'll be receiving 3 text messages from a month from me regarding Scentsy stuff. And I have noted on here that you're super interested in Harry Potter, Disney, and Ocean if it ever comes back. So I'll be sure to let you know about those things. I am getting them inside of my contact information. I'm putting them in Project Broadcast. I'm adding a tag hashtag, it's not a hashtag, I'm adding a tag that is vendor show. So I know where I'm meeting these people from. It just kind of helps me to organize some things. And yeah, so that's one really great way, because if you go to a show and you sell a product, right? That is a one-time purchase. But if you get their contact information, you can follow up with them. You can start to create a relationship with them. They're going to see your contact and they're going to be far more likely to actually make a purchase in the future. Whereas if you were to give them the product, they make the purchase, and you hope that they contact you when they need new stuff, the chances of them reordering are minimal, very, very slim to none. But when you have their contact information, you contact them and they see you on a regular basis 3 times a month, they are more likely to think of you when they need Scentsy and place an order with you again. So is it easier to make 20 new customers a month or get orders from 20 people that you've already known or have ordered before? So that's just another way that I do the project broadcast. Again, it's just super nice that you can schedule the messages. You can do all sorts of stuff with it. I know that some of you guys have said that you use it with follow-up system. Again, you could go ahead and after someone places an order, you can schedule a message to send out to them after a week to say, hey, I just wanted to check on your order. Has it arrived safely? What do you think of everything? There are so many different things. Now, the last thing I want to share with you guys before I kind of open this up to some questions is this amazing thing that I learned. So it's on my YouTube, actually. I did a training with someone from Project Broadcast. So it's on my YouTube. It's a Project Broadcast training, and she shares kind of how we go through some stuff. But I had sent out a text message to tons of different customers that basically said, let me see if I can pull it up. Okay, so I sent this message. Now I plan to send this twice a year because I don't want to be spending my Project Broadcast credits on people that don't want to receive my text messages, right? And the text simply reads, hey, I'm cleaning up my text list up for spring and I haven't heard from you in a while. I wanted to make sure that A, I still have the right number for you, and B, you're still interested in receiving messages about Scentsy info releases and tips. Reply back, stay, if you'd like to stay on my texting list. If not, no hard feelings. Have a great day. Now, what I was able to do with this, Project Broadcast has a way, and there are YouTube videos on how to do this. So I'm not going to show you, but you can look it up. There is a way for you to pull a list of everyone who hasn't texted you back in 6 months. Or it's 3 months, however you want to set those parameters. Now, then I pulled that list of everyone who hasn't responded to a text message in 6 months. I sent this text to them, and then anyone that replied back, stay, got the tag attached to them. So then I went through, I pulled the list again of people who haven't responded in 6 months. Anyone that didn't have the tag that said stay on it, I removed them. I simply took them out of my Project Broadcast messages. I don't want to keep sending messages to people who aren't going to read them, who aren't going to respond, and any of that. So it is, again, the same way you would clean up like a VIP group. If someone's not seeing your posts, they're not commenting, they're not purchasing, why are they still in there? They're going to drop your algorithm. You don't want to waste money on stuff like that. So that is one thing that I had shared with you guys. Now, I'd love to open this up for questions. Is there anything? I know I sped through that super crazy. I had coffee earlier. So tell me, what do you have questions on? Is there something you'd like me to elaborate with? Any hypotheticals? Do not be shy. Please feel free to unmute and ask away, guys.
So is Project Broadcast an app, or is it something within the workstation? Like, what is it?
It's an app. Yeah. So it's an app that you pay for. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you're looking for basics of it, there's tons of just Google Project Broadcast, and you'll see tons of videos and information about it. You can pay a monthly fee or you can buy the year, and the year is actually cheaper. So that's what I always do. I just buy a year and then I add on more credits if I need to. You could start with the basic plan. But basically it's a texting service that allows you to schedule text messages and mass text people with, again, the effort of one text message, but it's going to 100, 200 people, however many people you add in.
Okay. Yeah, because I was just sitting here trying to find it and I was like, wait a second, I can't find it.
Right. Yeah. So it's an app that you'll download on your phone, but you can also use it on your computer.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, guys, don't be shy, please. I don't bite. Kathy will tell you.
Can you share with everybody listening what your favorite part about Project Broadcast is?
Oh, my favorite part. I don't know. I don't know that I have like I use it for so many different things that I don't know that I can pick just like one. Kevin, would you mind shutting my door? Sorry, that's really loud. Sorry about that, guys. So I guess if I had to pick like one favorite thing, it would just be able to mass text my customers when we have like a product launch, or if I'm working towards a sales goal, or if I'm running some sort of event, because having to go through and individually text message or Facebook message 100 people is just super time consuming. And I just don't have time for that. So just being able to say like, hey, here's what's happening this month, or we have a huge launch on April 1st. I wanted to let you guys know about it is just amazing. I think that alone makes it worth paying for.
Vanessa, you're amazing. You share some
Oh.
amazing tips and Courtney asked, I can tell you guys what my favorite part is about Project Broadcast. I don't know if you guys use Amy, but had Amy, and I would get 300 some notifications. So when you get those 300 some notifications, you got to message them all individually. It would take me 2 and 3 days to respond, even though I loved it because it was linked to the workstation. Now, when it was going away, I'm like panicking because I'm like, how in the world I'm going to import all of the contacts to Project Broadcast from Amy? And everybody kept saying that they were using Project Broadcast, even with Amy, they were doing both. But I was just so terrified because it was different. So as my daughter set it up for me, the thing that I love the most, because I do work so many events, I'm able to tag all of my events, and I'm keeping those customers separate. Even my website orders, people who order website, I have a tag for that. I have a tag for my neighborhood orders. I have a tag for my pickup orders. So I love that I can categorize that, which I couldn't do that on Amy. And I love that, like for example, when people buy diffusers, I have a tag for diffusers for people who buy diffusers. So I can know to go back to them to remind them that it's time to get some more oils. So I have a tag for the air purifier. So, and you can do multiple tags. So these people who I have at these events, and if they bought a diffuser or something like that, I'm going to tag them twice. So I love that those tags make a huge difference. And when I can go back and see what, they text me, I can go back and see where they are located. So I said, oh, this customer came from the website order, so I can know where they come from. So that's what I love most about it.
Yeah, and you can send people. So for example, if you tagged someone for fragrance flowers and then we just had some fragrance flowers launch, you can then send a text message specifically to people who have the tag fragrance flower, and then just shoot them a message and say, hey, I know you really love fragrance flowers, so I wanted to tell you about these 3 new fragrance flowers that launched with our Epcot collection, for example. So it's just one way to kind of simplify personalized connection with your team, and that aspect for sure is huge. I was just going to say something else and I lost it. Yeah, so like the tags are super great. There are videos, like I said, there are videos for every little thing. So that's what it was. At first, Project Broadcast can seem very overwhelming. It does take some time up front for you to import your contacts, get their names, get their phone numbers. You can even add in their birthday or their Scentsy anniversary, and then you can automate it to send people a birthday message or to send people an anniversary message. So again, Project Broadcast has little videos that are like less than 10 minutes that'll show you how to do each of these things. So you could do it for your customers, you can do it for your team, you could wish them a happy birthday message, a Scentsy anniversary message, stuff like that. So that's another fun thing you can do. The other thing that I really recommend, so again, it takes time up front. You do have to learn how to use it. So be patient. Ask somebody that you know that has Project Broadcast for help if you need it. I find that it's just a little bit easier when you have someone to ask questions to, like, hey, like, I'm just not quite getting this. I watched the video, but I just don't understand. Could you show me? That's super helpful. And then my other big tip is to update your Project Broadcast contact info at least once a month. So that means once a month or once a week, depending on how big your business is and your team is. Go in, make sure. So for my team, I go in once a month and I remove anyone from my team who is no longer a consultant. And I will remove the tag that says Social Butterflies, which is my team name. And instead, I will add in a tag that says retired consultant, for example, or no longer a consultant. Now, that's a super great way to do it. And then you're just able to send, again, my team text message. I add the tag Social Butterflies. So I'll remove the people that are no longer consultants. I'll throw a different tag on them. Customers, you're going to get new customers every month. Your goal should be to gain 7 to 10 new customers every single month if you want your business to grow. That means that those 7 to 10 plus customers that you gained this month, you want to get them in Project Broadcast. So sit down once a week, every other week, once a month, however often you need to be sure that you add in those new people to your texting service. And the way that I always start it off is I'll send them a message and I always ask permission. You don't want to just start texting people. How many of you have been added to a group chat that you did not want to be in, and then you were pissed because you can't leave in a way that's polite? We don't like that. So instead, we just ask permission, say, hey, and I'll usually do it through Facebook Messenger, or I'll send them a message in Project Broadcast first and say, hey, my name is Vanessa. I just wanted to thank you for placing your order with me. If it's like a random PWS or someone or whatever. I just wanted to let you know that I have a texting service that'll send you 3 text messages a month regarding Scentsy deals, tips, info, and releases. Would you like to be added to that? So simple. And they'll simply say yes or no. If they say yes, you put them in your Project Broadcast. If they say no, you don't put them in your Project Broadcast. And if they don't want those 3 text messages a month, you can still text them with your Project Broadcast number. Just add a tag that says no text or not bulk messages or however you want to do that. But you can still use Project Broadcast to text them with follow-up, to text them about their Scentsy Club, and just not send them those regular scheduled messages that you send to everybody else.
I had a 2-part. I wanted to piggyback off of what you said earlier. You were talking about the training videos. And I've only used Project Broadcast for maybe, I don't know, consistently, probably like 4 months, maybe. Mm-hmm. I've been saying I was going to do it the day that Amy went away, because I'm like DPP. Like I was on Amy every day doing what I need to do. Too. And I like that. It tells me like when I have to do stuff. But Vanessa was talking about the training videos, guys. When you first sign up to start Project Broadcast, as you do training videos through them, you can earn extra credits. So you can earn 10 credits for this, 5 credits for that, 10 credits here. So as you're learning and going over those basic beginning videos of training, you can earn free credits to send text messages. So, and then Vanessa, my question was, for those of us that are new, that want to use this as our team outlet, yes. What is, I guess it's not really, it's a question, but it's like, how would you start? Like get them all in, you tag them all, like I've been there, going to do that. So what's the next step in introducing Project Broadcast to them and letting them know that this is now what you're going to do?
Okay, so what you would do, so first, if you have a team that you want to communicate with through Project Broadcast, you are going to, I think it's easiest to add contacts in a computer because you can have more than one browser open. So for example, I can have a browser open on my left, that's my workstation with their contact information. And on my right, I will have Project Broadcast open so that I can go in and copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. As you go through, you're going to add in their phone number, their first and last name, and I add in their Centiversary, and then I follow up with tags. So you can do tags for frontline. So you're going to contact your frontline more often than you would contact your whole team, maybe. You could do tags for leaders, because obviously you'll send a different conversation to leaders. You could do tags for hobbyists. And again, this is one of those things where you can go full out, really tag individually, or you can just make it a blanket. This is my team tag. Okay. Then what I would do is you are going to schedule one message that's going to go out to everyone under that tag. And when I first started this is exactly what I did. And I included a picture of myself because I think it's important for them to know it is you, it's coming from you. And I basically just said, hey, this is your director, Vanessa Rowe. I wanted to let you know that I got a business line and I will be sending you occasional text messages regarding Scentsy, important Scentsy info. And I just want you to know that you can contact me at any time with this number, but please be sure to save my contact. So simple. I am a super simplicity girl. You don't have to make it crazy complicated. Just basically tell them like, this is my business line. This is what you can expect from me. You can respond back at any time. Boom. That's that. And then what you do is as you gain new customers, or new team members. So you could do this again, depending on how often your team grows, once a week, every other week, once a month. You're just going to send those new people a text message. And in Project Broadcast, they actually have templates. So you can make a template of what you would say to new team members, and then it'll just copy and paste it for you. So again, there's so much, it's more you know, the less you know kind of deal, but you could create a template that says, hey, insert name. My name's Vanessa Rowe. I'm your director with Scentsy. I just wanted to connect with you and congratulate you on your Scentsy journey. I will be here to support you along the way. You'll receive occasional text messages from me regarding important Scentsy information, and you can also reach me here at any time. So that is what I will send to new team members. So I'll sit down again, like once a week or once a month. And each time someone new is added to our team, I import their information to Project Broadcast. I give them the tag of team and I send out that message to introduce myself. Does that
Awesome. Thank
answer it?
you.
Yeah, of course. Anything else, guys? Don't be shy. And again,
Well, that's amazing.
Yeah, if it seems overwhelming, I promise, just take small bite-sized steps. You can just start very slow and then build onto it if you want to.
Vanessa,
Debbie,
can
did
you do a
anyone-
replay? I was wondering if Vanessa can do a replay. You said that you were able to hit annual sales. I think you said you got 4,000, was it annual sales? I think you said you received
the incentive.
$4,000 in sales within what time frame using
Like 3 days.
Project Rock? 3 days, okay. What did you say? I mean, 3 days, that is, and how many people did you send that to? That's incredible.
It was crazy. It was I was really shocked by the amount of orders that were flying in. Like I couldn't keep up with it all. It was just like pure insanity. You know what? I think it was 4,000 over a week and I sold 2,000 of it in 3 days. That's what it was. So I kind of had shared, I wasn't working super crazy towards the incentive. Backstory. I gave myself a pretty bad concussion in July and I was just in pure survival mode with juggling everything. I was maintaining my business, but I wasn't like pushing really to earn the incentive. And then once we got to that last full month, like beginning of January, I was like, you know what? I'm too close not to try. So here we were. And I was like, all right, we're going to do it scared. And I think that when you're going towards really big goals like that, it's really important to communicate that with your people. They are rooting for you. They want to help you. Now, this isn't something you should do like every month or all the time, but when you use it sporadically, and you give your customers that great customer service and they have a relationship with you that you maintain and you nurture, they're going to want to help you. So again, I came at this needing 4,000 PRV and I had people coming out of the woodworks to come and help me. I had sent a project broadcast text out to all of my text subscribers and basically said, hey, I am working really hard to earn this incentive. I am about this far, like, and I would send them pictures of me holding up my iPad with like how much, like how far away I was. I think I can even pull up some posts so you guys can see that. So it was a combination of Facebook and project broadcast and individually talking to people, but it was crazy. It was a lot of work, but I stayed consistent with it. And I just was transparent and I texted them and said, hey, I'm working towards this really crazy goal. This is how far away I am. This is what you can do to help. And I basically was like, you know, if you can host a party sometime this month or place an order, refer me to your friends, share my posts, that kind of stuff. And it really just blew up and became super crazy. And I just stayed very consistent with it. So I texted them probably more than 3 times that month, but they were all asking like, how close are you? How far do you have to go? And anytime that I would like make a sale, I would post an update. And it got to the point that like the one day I couldn't keep up with it whatsoever. Like it was just, I think I can share my screen. I'll show you guys. So you can see here. All right, can you guys see this? Let's see, let's go back.
Gosh, I remember seeing that as it was happening, and I didn't even
And it
realize it
was-
was you.
Yeah, it was real crazy. So, you know, I basically was posting, you know, it's crunch time. Here's how far away I am. And like multiple posts a day, people were sharing my posts. I was contacting them. Anytime someone placed an order, I was tagging them and updating it with the numbers. And it was just like, it was crazy. It just kept going and going. And I was doing so many different things. You know, I was breaking it down like, this is how many 6 packs of wax bars away I am. You know, thank you for placing an order. You could customize this. You know, closing the gap. I so appreciate you guys, blah, blah, blah. Thank you for placing an order. You know, 1208 away. This is just like in a matter of days. It was so much coming in and so much love. But a lot of this was, people were just wanting to support me because of the work that I put in to support my people, the work that I put in to establish these relationships to, so like this, for example, on the 29th, I started the day with needing like 1250. And I ended that day with all sale. Like it was completely gone by the end of the day with a matter of hours. Like it was just, I couldn't even keep up with these orders. They were just flying in. It was like super crazy, but just sharing your goals with people and keeping them involved. And you really do create that relationship by having that one-on-one text with them. And I use that project broadcast. Like if I see something's going on in their lives through Facebook, I will text them with project broadcast. If I see they have a birthday on Facebook, I'm texting them happy birthday and project broadcast. If I see that they're going through something hard, or maybe they're celebrating something, I will text them in project broadcast. It's just so they know that that is me. It's not just these scheduled text messages. And then when you do need help in situations like this, where you are really just kind of pushing to make it happen, then it does kind of happen. So I can show you guys real quick, like project broadcast and what some of the stuff that I do. So if you go to your audience, you could see like my tags. I've got like team forms. I do Scentsy advent calendars around Christmas time. So I'll text my advent calendar customers with information about that. It's a good way to keep track of them, because then, you know, when it comes around time to do more advent calendars, I'll shoot them a text message and say, hey, you know, advent calendars are coming available. I have 36 of them this year, and I wanted to give you first dibs because you bought them last year. I've used this again for club. I have a Disney tag, people that love flash sales. And I haven't been super crazy consistent with all of these. You know, I might have tried some tags and then kind of not used them later on. Frontline, you know, collection pre-orders, all sorts of stuff. You know, PWS orders, sample, social butterflies, like that's my team one. I've used this for onboarding before for new team members, and I separated it so they would get different things sent to them. So yeah, and you just go in like your contacts and you can see everyone's there. If you go to templates, so this is cool, where you can pre-fill in templates and like what it would say. So for example, like my team onboarding, when I was using this, I created a template that lists out like what it would say to them, and then you could just copy and paste it from there. There's, again, it's a lot. It can be very overwhelming at first, but take bite-sized pieces with it. You can send bundles to people. You can get bundles from other people. So there's other leaders that have created onboarding or other project broadcast things, trainings and stuff like that, that you can import. They usually share that in the Facebook project broadcast things. They have another thing called trackable links. So this is something where you can send a link to someone and it will tell you who opened that link. So here you can see the context below were tracked with the links, like they clicked on the link that you sent them. So you can see who's clicking on stuff. So this is a team form that I sent out to my team just to kind of ask some questions like, what are your goals for this next year? What do you see happening? Tell me more about whatever. And you can kind of see who clicks on that. So that's a cool thing. In here, there really is just so much. I haven't even dived in. They have AI services in here. I have not touched that yet, but it just goes to show that there really is so much that you can do with Project Broadcast. So you can schedule your messages and you would just go in here and you would type in what you want. You would add in whoever you wanted to add to that. You choose when you want it to go out, what time, what day. That's amazing. There's keywords. Like I said, if they respond back with the word Black Friday, then you can send a message. So if they text the word Black Friday to me, then, you know, they can join campaigns. It'll send. So for example, I did this a long time ago, but I said on my VIP group on Facebook, I said, if you want to see my Black Friday deals, text the word Black Friday to my project broadcast number. And then anyone that texted that would see this message in response where it says, thank you for signing up to receive my Black Friday Scentsy specials. Stay tuned for more. It generates a tag. And then when I would go to schedule that post, I would click that tag and it would go to anyone that texted that number. So that's a super cool one. Let me see if I have one for, yep. Okay, so this is another one. So Courtney, you'll like this. This was my social butterflies tag. So if you again could have done this when like you first get started, where if you send the word social butterflies to this number, it'll respond back with this message. It just says, welcome friend, you never have to miss out on training, super important info, or any other important team things ever again. You are now enrolled into the social butterflies text campaign. Stay tuned for reminders, updates, and much more. It doesn't have to be crazy. It can be super simple. Keep it personal. And I personally recommend always, always, always put your face on stuff. It just makes everything that much easier. So, you know, I've done leadership training groups. So if they wanted to participate in this training group, they would text the word travel to this number, and that would be the message they received. If they wanted to be part of my VIP texting, they would text the word VIP, and then they would get this back that says, welcome to my VIP text subscription. No more missing out on specials. Respond back with your birthday. So I have it. So that's a good way to get their birthday information. So you could add it in and send them a birthday text. Fill out this form to be sure to get, I can best take care of you. And I would just send them a basic form that said, you know, what kind of scents do you like? What do you not like? Which products have you tried? Which products would you love to try? Are there any retired scents that you would like to give a try? All sorts of stuff, guys. This is one of those things that you can, again, make as simple or as complex as you want. But I think that covers pretty much everything that I do with it. And I know that's a lot, so I'm so sorry, guys, but I think Debbie's got this recorded, so if you need to come back to it, you can.
Thank you,
this is
Vanessa,
amazing.
for everything.
Of course.
Debbie, we always try to tune in at the same time.
I love it.
No, but thank you so much for sharing all of that. We really
Of course.
appreciate that.
Yeah, well, thank you guys. Yeah, so I'm super busy. So if you can, don't shoot me a message on Facebook because I probably won't get to it. It's nothing personal. I love you all dearly, but it's just one of those things where I've got my own team, my own business, I work, and my personal life. So if you shoot me a message, I probably won't respond. I love you anyways, but feel free to send me a Facebook friend request if you want to keep up with what I'm posting about and all those other things, because you'll definitely see just lots of other stuff. But thanks for letting me pour into you guys tonight. I hope that this helps. I hope that it simplifies different aspects of your business. And remember that Project Broadcast is meant to simplify and streamline different parts for you. It's not meant to add a bunch of stress to your plate.
Amen to that.
Well, Vanessa, you're so amazing. I mean, you're right. And there's so much information out there on YouTube. I always say the how-to everything is on YouTube, but you
Mhm.
basically have shown us so many different things that you've done in your business. So that's a lot. That's a lot of things that I didn't
That's a
even
lot.
know. I'm like, that's a lot. So we do appreciate you, even with the tips of getting the PRV. I mean, the increased PRV, that's like so cool. Because, I see so many people doing the things on Facebook, but you say you're texting people. So that's another way of using the Project Broadcast. I've never used it that way. I've only used it to notify people when I'm going to be showing up at different places. And it has helped. It has helped people
Oh, yeah.
to show up, notifying them, letting them know. But something else, fragrance flowers. I have a lot of customers who buy fragrance flowers. I never thought to do a tag for them. I never
Oh, yeah.
thought
You
about
could
that
do
until you
tags
said
for,
that.
yep, any of it. Fragrance flowers, laundry products, cleaning products, you know, wax warmers, Disney, Marvel, Harry Potter, diffusers, air purifiers, pods, like basically if you break it down, and again, this is one of those things that you'll want to make sure that you stay on top of, updating it once a month or once a week or whatever. But if you can keep up with your customers and appropriate tags, it will then save you time down the road when you see all of a sudden that we have, for example, April 22nd, we have Starburst Sky laundry products that are coming out. So then you can reach out to everyone that has the tag that says laundry, and you can specifically message them and say, hey, I know you love our laundry products. So I wanted to let you know about this one that's coming out on Monday. So even if you send like 3 text messages a month to the core, like every one of your contacts, you could then send additional text messages that are more personal. Like, I know you love laundry products, so I wanted to personally tell you about this. There are ways to word your scheduled Project Broadcast text messages, so it sounds like you're talking just to that person without them realizing that you're sending it to an entire category of people that love laundry products, for example.
Mhm.
So Vanessa, how many contacts do you have in Project Broadcast total?
Customers, I think I have around 300.
Heck yeah, atta girl.
And then team members, I have, I think, 62. There are a few team members on there that don't want to receive my text messages because they're hobbyists, they don't do much with their business. That's another thing I want you to know is if someone ever tells you to stop texting them, don't take it personally. It's not about you. It's not that you've done anything wrong. It's not that they dislike you or they hate you. It is simply that they don't want to receive the text messages. So think of it the same way. Michael's has been annoying me with their text messages 5 times a week. I don't need Michael's text messages. I'm going to go to Michael's when I need to go to Michael's. So I'm going to opt out of their text message. Does that mean that I hate the store? No. Does that mean I'm never going to shop there again? No. So think of that the same way as your customers or your team members when they say they don't want to receive the text messages. Maybe they just don't use Scentsy that often. Maybe they see your stuff on Facebook, so they don't need the text message. So just know that it's not personal if they say no. And if anything, just be thankful that you're saving a credit on them every time you send a text. Courtney, you're so cute with these little snaps. I just love it.
You're so right about that, because I've gotten
Yeah.
some to say stop, but they still buy from me. So
Yep.
you're right about that.
And I'm just going to say this because what you're saying is speaking to me, because everyone, it's okay to be sensitive and it's okay to have emotions, but you don't have to be so sensitive to where it discourages you in a way that it doesn't need to. And I preach that all the time. I'm like, a no is just not right now, right? We always say that.
Right.
We all say that. So
Well,
it's
and
to
a
say,
no doesn't mean I hate you or I
Yeah.
dislike you. No, a no just means the way I've always compared it to, so I've worked in restaurants for years and years and years. And think about it when you go to a restaurant and your server almost always will ask if you'd like to start off with an appetizer or if you'd like dessert. Now, you might not want an appetizer because you're not that hungry, and you might not want dessert because you don't like sweets or because you are stuffed and overly full. When you tell your server, no, I don't want dessert, no, I don't want coffee after dinner, you are not saying, no, you're a horrible server, I hate you, I'm not going to tip you money. You're just saying no to coffee or no to dessert or no to super salad. Your customers are no different. When they say no, they don't want to place an order, or no, they don't want to receive your text messages anymore, it usually has nothing to do with you at all. So just keep that in mind. And like you said, I am an emotional person. I would say I cry at least once or twice a week. Like, I just am emotional, but you have to learn how to detach yourself from the outcome of customers or even conversations with team members or potential team members. You just have to detach yourself from the outcome of a conversation and know that it's not something personal. But you can still be crazy emotional and cry at every single Disney movie and commercial that comes on TV, like I do.
what does your sweatshirt say before we go? I just had to.
Happily Ever After Club. Let me see. I'm a big Disney fan, guys. Big Disney.
I feel ya.
Oh, cute.
So is Courtney. She's a big Disney fan.
Oh, look at all these Disney tattoos. I love that. See, and that's another thing, like Disney people are crazy Disney people. Like, we all connect to each other. We are all obsessed. We all own multiple Disney things. And think about Project Broadcast as like that. Like, how much would you love to get a text message every time that, the Disney store launches something new that you're super interested in? Like, wouldn't that be nice? Or, hey, how many of us have fallen in love with something? Okay, let's think back in the day, we all used Bath and Body Works, in the 90s, and then they took away a fragrance and you never got it again, but there wasn't any warning that it would never come back. Or you buy something at the grocery store, you fall in love with it, and you never find it again, right? And there's no warning that you'll never get this thing again. But what if that store could text you to say, hey, just so you know, we're discontinuing this product, so you should stock up. We can use Project Broadcast to text our customers, when a product is going away, especially that last month of a catalog. So February and August, when you can text your customers and say, hey, I know you really like this fragrance or this product or whatever. And then you can text all of those people through Project Broadcast to let them know, hey, you can stock up or add this to Scentsy Club before it goes away. You're not being bothersome. You're being informative and educational. And even if they say no, it's not about you. They just said no to cake and dessert.
I
All
love
right, my
that.
friends. Anything else I can help you with, pour into you, teach you, show you before we head off of here? I think we're good. All right. Well, let me give you a piece of Vanessa, because this is what people get at the end of things. I want you to know that you are more amazing than you will ever give yourself credit for. You have everything within you right now to achieve whatever it is that you want out of your business and your life. You are worthy and enough exactly as you are. Not when you hit a certain number of sales, not when you hit a certain title, not when you earn an incentive trip or not. You are worthy and enough and capable right now as you are. Our community is better because you are in it, and you, my friend, should give yourself some credit because you are showing up for things like this. And when you show up, you go up. So congratulations to you for doing this, for showing up. But I want you to know that that's the first piece of the puzzle. You can't just show up and learn and expect results. You have to show up and learn, but then we have to put some action behind it. And you're not going to be perfect at Project Broadcast when you first try it, because you just won't be. It's the reality of it. But you have to be brand new at something and fail your way forward and gain experience before you can be good at it. So don't let it get super overwhelmed and stressful for you. bite-sized chunks, put action behind this, and I promise you this can add so much value. And one day you will probably be on the other side of this, training someone else on something that fills your cup, some way to contribute to our community the same way that other people have poured into you. And that is what makes Scentsy the beautiful thing that it is today. I love you guys. Even if I don't know you, I just need you to know that I love you. You are amazing. You are worthy. And Scentsy is better because you are in it, my friends. That's it. I love y'all.
Bravo! You are amazing, girl. I
Thank you.
can't say it enough that we are so grateful to have you to come over here. And, you made the sacrifice. We're not part of your team, but it's all about giving. The more you give, the more you receive. That's how I feel all the time. So Vanessa reached out to me and asked me some things about an event. She said, in return, I can share whatever with your team. I said, absolutely, take you up on that offer. So guys, we do this. This is what I love most about Scentsy community is that we give. And when we
Yes.
give, we receive. That's how we receive our blessings. So look at here. You
Woo!
are amazing, Vanessa. We love you, girl.
baby.
We love you, girl.
I love
And
you
thank you
guys.
so much for coming over here and sharing these golden nuggets with us. So
Of course.
I guess we're gonna call it. We'll see you guys next week.
We need to get our
And-
picture.
Picture. I took some earlier, but let's take another one. Vanessa, we always do these pictures after each call.
Oh, that's so
well,
cute. Tag
during
me
the
in it.
call. Doing the
Is,
calls.
is Shelly on the call tonight? Shelly's
She
always
has
our-
she has that view from the computer. Anybody
Oh, insane.
here
I
with
have my
computer?
computer if you guys want me to take one.
Oh, thank you. So sweet. We don't want to work you to
Let me see
death,
how to
but yeah.
screen. Let me see how to screenshot on this. And I will do it in
Okay.
just a second. So guys, hang tight. All right.
I was gonna
Screenshot.
say, anybody who wants their camera on, you've got 10 seconds to turn it on.
Okay, Shift Command 3. All right, guys. Turn your camera on. Look at me. Hold your eyes open. Don't blink. All right. 1, 2, 3, cheese. All right, I got them. I'll send them to you, Debbie.
Yay.
Thanks,
Thank you so
Erica.
much,
All
sweetheart.
right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night, guys. Good night.
That was awesome.